Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, fellow losers, for we're here again. We'll see what's going on. What's going on in the news? It's mainly the A level results today because they're usually on a Thursday, but now they're on a Tuesday. So that means Tuesday's the new Thursday, the same that Wednesday's the new Friday. I get confused, get very confused by all this, but apparently, even though they didn't take any exams, everyone did really well in their A levels. I have no opinion. All I remember is how difficult A levels were when I was young, And man, uh, it was a different time. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can say. Good luck to them. Good luck to them. That's it. I wish I could have sat my A levels without not doing an exam. I might have done a bit better. Because again, with um, with exams, some people are good at exams, some people aren't. It all depends on the day. You might be having an off day. I always thought it was a bit unfair to do like 100% exam with A level because after I stopped doing them, I think they started introducing coursework and stuff like that in. But when I did it, it was 100% exam, and passed two, failed two. My geography one, we were taught the completely wrong syllabus because none of the subjects that they brought up were in the exam. You could hear an audible gasp from us as we turned over the paper and started reading. And when we got outside, I said to everyone, "Was that me, or did that seem like the wrong paper?" And we all agreed that was the wrong paper. But where we went back in the day, we were just grateful to be an A level. So that's for my biology A level. I just kind of lost interest. I could have worked a bit harder to get that. I could have actually got my biology, but I decided not to. I decided to concentrate on my geography because I thought I needed more work. Oh dear, those were the days. But anyway, if you've got your A levels and you've done well done you. You're going to need it. It's down all the way now. Now it's debt if you go to university. Oh. And your spirit being crushed by the world as you realise that life isn't what you thought it was going to be. I'm sorry. A little bit of reality there crashing in. What else have we got? William Hague, former Tory leader, wants all drugs to be decriminalised. Yeah, absolutely. I've been saying it for ages. Because the same with all this criminal stuff, whether it's drugs, prostitution, people smuggling, we need to look at it in a way that takes the criminal element out of the proceedings and makes it safer for people. We should be serving the people. And at the moment, we're not. We're just trying to, criminalise people that aren't criminals. And that's what we need to. That's what we need to do. So for fuck's sake, once in a lifetime, William Hague says something sensible. Yeah, but the big news at the moment is old Randy Andy, old Prince Andrew. He's been taken to court by Victoria Roberts, or Virginia. Sorry, my eyesight. Virginia Roberts, or Virginia Giuffre. I don't know. She uses two names. I don't know. She must have been married. Got married. But she's taking Andy to court because the statute of limitations, I think, was going to run out on this Sunday for her to get a case in. Now you'd think, just saying, you think she would have got the case in sooner. This is almost like she's like, oh, should I, shouldn't I? And again, it's going to be interesting because Epstein, the architect of all this, isn't here. He hung himself. Or did he? Who knows? So it's going to be an interesting case. It's more of a he said, she said thing. And Roberts, again, it's only on the these assaults apparently happened in New York and London, and on the island that Epstein owned. And in London and New York, the age of consent is 16. So that makes, well, in the eyes of the law, someone who consent an adult. I know we see adults as being 18, but in the age of consent, she would have been able to consent to these acts. It's only on Epstein's Island that I think the age of consent is 18. Because again, in the US, consent is different from state to state. I think in one of those states you can get married at 12. So it's a complicated case. So I don't know how they're gonna prove it. And again, Andrew can just say, well, Epstein said she was street legal. It's a complicated matter. Unless they bring Ghislaine Maxwell out. Again, the really interesting thing is about Epstein and where he got his money from, especially after Robert Maxwell died. He went for that long swim off of his boat, named after his daughter, funny enough. And then years later, Ghislaine Maxwell, Robert Maxwell's daughter, ends up, cozying up to Epstein. It's almost like Epstein had a dad's money or something, because Robert Maxwell's money disappeared. Yep. There we go. Follow the money. But yeah, I don't think Andrew's going to be taking any trips to the US anytime soon. But everyone's calling him a nonce. He's not a nonce. He likes the ladies. I mean, he has a history of that. He likes ladies. And I think Epstein had this strategy of honey trapping powerful people so that he could use them and use the evidence against them. When I think Andrew's the victim in all of this. A lot of people are not going to like that because they use it to bash the royals. But this is what rich people get up to. This is what the rich and influential do. They move in circles of which we are not aware. But is Andrew guilty? I don't know. That is a tricky one, isn't it? Yeah, I think he did something morally dubious, but is he guilty? It's Epstein is the guy who knows, and he ain't talking. So I guess we'll never know. But it'll be interesting to see how the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, if that ever comes to trial, but unless she, goes for a little swing. We never know how it's going to go, do you? But yeah, poor old Andrew. Let's feel sorry for him. Meanwhile, Russell T Davies, ex of Doctor Who, claims that Disney Plus and Netflix are ignoring the LGBTQ plus community. Are they really? There's an awful lot of that content on there if you go looking for it. I think Russ must be looking in the wrong places. And Loki, in the new series, Loki came out as bisexual, which is a bit of a joke because the gods have a track record of just doing everyone because they're gods. It's what they do. Didn't Zeus turn into a swan or something? Yeah. There's bestiality, yeah? And he had sex with there's a swan. It's complicated, but yeah, Russ isn't happy. But then he's a bit of a bigot because he'll only employ gay people to play gay roles because he doesn't know what acting is. There you go. Where else? What else have we got? That's not so good. We've got COVID. More people are dying of COVID again, but I feel like I'm repeating myself. Mind you, they are saying that vaccinated people are dying of COVID, but they've all had underlying health issues, so that's another thing to scare people into getting the jab. Again, get the jab because it's science that's got you this far already. That was good. There was a documentary last night on BBC One about David Cameron and the Greensill Capital firm. It's complicated. Greensill Capital, they loaned companies money to pay debts. It's really complicated. Go watch it. So that's me simpler. It's complicated, but they operated in this very shadowy, I would say illegal, but I don't know enough about these things. But they they robbed Peter to pay Paul. You know, there was one of these kind of intermediary services where, you know, if a debt needed to be paid, they'd pay it and then close down the loan on the debt, I think. But the debts were being paid by, well, us, because he was trying to get money, you know, public money given to Greensill Capital. But he denies making more than £7 million working part-time for them. I mean, the guy that runs the company is called Lex Greensill. He sounds like a supervillain, doesn't he? Lex. If your name's Lex, don't go into big business, because, like I say, you do sound like you're going to take over the world. What else have we got? Funny. There's no funnies. No funnies today. Let's see what I've got in my funny folder. Oh, here we go. This is a good one. This is Pakistan. News from Pakistan, everyone. This 8-year-old boy. He finds himself facing the death penalty. What did he do? Well, he's been charged under Pakistan's notoriously strict blasphemy laws. But what did he do? Did he insult a prophet? You know, maybe he tore up a religious text. No, he had a wee on the carpet at school, and that was enough to see him up before the Beak, as it were. And apparently the young lad doesn't even know what he's done wrong. Good luck there, son. I'd say pray to God, but we all know he doesn't exist, and this is all rather medieval, isn't it? Really. But my dear departed nan, she used to work in the school. She was a cleaner. I used to go and help her in the summer holidays, and I remember once she said, "Come have a look at this." And in those days, this would have been in the 70s, early 80s. The carpets had like a foam backing, you know, and she went to the library corner, the book corner where your kids used to sit to have the stories read. She went, "Look at this," and she lifted it up, and half the backing stuck to the floor, and the carpet came up, and all the foam was kind of just on the floor in clumps. And she went, "You know what that is?" She went, "That's where the kids are weed on the carpet," and it stuck to the floor. She had to then get a spoon. I think it was a spoon, and then kind of gouge this stuff up off the tiled floor. So if it happened at my school, I think half the class would have been sentenced to death. There you go. I think that was actually in my classroom. I never weed on the carpet. Oh no, I never did that. I'm a good boy. But don't do that. Otherwise, you could end up blasphemy. You've got to be careful. Careful what you do. And I'm sure I've got loads of people. Yes, Naz is in, and so's Pegasus, the old faithful. But yeah, these live streams, they're going down a bomb, getting loads and loads of views. So they're not stopping anytime soon. So if you're expecting any unboxings, that train's left. It's all over. You just got this now until the end of time, till I get fed up with doing this. Why? Because you don't watch the music reviews. So you might as well watch this, because I don't mind doing this. Whereas the music reviews are boring for me, because you don't watch them. So they're kind of pointless. So we do this instead until I finally kill off the channel. Yes. And then with that, you can go and drink it up.